think I have spirulina in my coffee.
Hello, Hola, Konnichiwa, Salaam, Ciao
Namaste.
Peace to all. This is Soulology, the
Yes.
science of the soul. And we're going to have just a little discussion between our experiences
Yes.
of climbing the dimensions. Because we live right now, of course, in a third dimensional plane. And of course, there are other creatures that live amongst you. You don't see due to the frequency, the vibration.
Basically, hold on. Hold on. If you got your hands on the grips of the bike, of the motorcycle, of the car, of the, and I'm just like metaphorically speaking, self, hold the on. It's okay. Like, you're okay. I like literally have had like such a roller coaster within these past, like maybe from like July until like now, and everyone's kind of embracing themselves, not really feeling like they're attached to this dimension. And I totally get that, because it's like what I've been receiving, we've been getting just a lot of adjustment and really like tweaking to that next level. So a lot of things, when you're participating in like ushering into like this new birth, this new perception, this new concept of reality, it's okay, because the spirit has to match the physical to the mental. And a lot of people are like not feeling like themselves, very introverted, detached, isolated, because they're trying to figure out like just reality, period. And I'm constantly finding myself doing more self check-ins than normal. And of course, we have a lot of like shifts that are going on, as far as a lot of friends in the astrology community that, you know, are expressing about the retrogrades, the different shifts with the dark moon, and it's just been like a whole hell of a lot that we've had.
You got
and
the
that,
sun as well,
right,
because of the vibrations from the waves. And
then still participating in that, because it's most important that we absorb as much vitamin D as we possibly can. And just because the sun is not out doesn't mean it's not shining. And our telomeres will grasp at any and everything that we possibly can, just to stay root and keep afoot. So if you definitely have your crystals, you have your forms of meditation, you know, steadfast to them. Make sure, you know, now is the time you really challenge yourself to step up to that next level and say, hey, I'm participating in hiring my frequencies with self. And your spirit guides are all around, your angels, your ancestors, everything that you need to participate. You're just focusing on willing the I am within self. And I know a lot of people maybe have projects going on that they're trying to seek completion in. A lot of maybe connections that you need to have with either family members, business partners, or friends that you're trying to strengthen. Just continue to hold firm and push forward in those things. And, you know, maybe keeping up with patterns and healthy sleep habits, or a good work, you know, ethic within your day-to-day practices that help you get onto that space. And, you know, we're dealing with 12 houses, you know, of signs, plus all the in-betweens, you know, especially if you're on the cusp or you're a fixed sign, or it's just really knowing thyself. And I'm so sorry I'm bombarded. Like, it really hits home, because I attach to so many different things and people that are around. You know, when you're in a space, it helps to help, or allow others around you, especially if you're needing help. You know, speak it forward. You know, call those things into existence that help you power up and be in that frame of the incredible beings that you are. And, you know, it's always like kind of a delay slot when we're trying to push through some things. And of course, doubt comes in. And never let past things interfere or interject with what you have going on with self. You know, because those are the major triggers. And it's a constant tennis match between ego, which we need, and self. That says, hey, no, this is cool, we're comfortable here. Nah, it's about elevation, because if we're on this path, right, and we're trying to climb and know thyself and reach the higher levels of consciousness and our spirituality to move on to the next, I'm trying to get the boop out of here and get to a space of maintaining the highest form of my being that I can. And I just wanted to share that it's okay. Everything that you're feeling is okay, but recognize either the emotion, the thought, the energy that's around, and if it's not you or your comfort zone, let it dissipate. Let it just fade out in the background and continue on with your cycle, and heal those things that need to be healed. Attend to those projects that you should be attending to, because no one's going to do it but you. And we come bearing gifts. We come with all types of beautiful ideas and talents that we have to offer this world for growth and participation. So to those out there that are really struggling, especially my artists and my free thinkers and my spiritual helpers, hold on. This is only a test, and just in a blink of an eye, this can all be shifted immediately. So it's where we set our intentions and our perceptions. I'm so sorry for bombarding Soulology, but this was something that had to come from my heart chakra to you, to just say, keep fighting the fight. And if you have friends around you, check on your strong friends, the strong ones, and those who are struggling, because we're all strengthened within our individuality. And to continue to participate, we have to help each other out, including ourselves. So if it's that push, if it's that 6 o'clock a.m. call that you need to give to your buddy, do it. If it's a meditation that you have to take time out to grasp, to catch and ground yourself, do it. Just like Shia LaBeouf, do it. So just maintain that balance and seek peace and enlightenment within self. I probably stole all of Justin's words, but it's all good. And I said you're like edit that.
So for you guys out there, you have to also understand that the importance of, while you're shifting, in my own experience, take care of yourself. Because of the fact that during these times where, like we're saying, whether we're talking retrograde, whether we're talking about the vibrations and radioactive waves from the sun, whether it's just different situations and different problems you are going through in everyday life, take care of yourself. Because, again, I've said this all the time, nobody's going to love you more than yourself. And when you are actually taking care of you for you, it allows you to push yourself further. If you are in probably the worst rock bottom situation in anything, make sure you're eating healthy for yourself, because you're going to need to vibrate on a higher level, so that vibration of pain and hurt and frustration doesn't consume you from inside. Because if you're consumed by this, promise me, I've been in...
It's just like sitting with that emotion, though, or an emotion, or a thought, because thought triggers emotion, which manifests as like reality. And so sitting in that, doing little things to come out of that, or not sitting in that space of feeling weighted down by whatever it is at that moment, the moment that you may be dealing with as an individual, to look at it, assess it, and then release it. Because oftentimes it's not the actual issue, it's the emotion we put on top of the issue that creates us to kind of sit and be. But being mindful enough to participate at, okay, I'm looking at that, that's what it is, all right, lesson, or all right, shift, or all right, heal, or all right, be. And it's like, we just have to push to get past those points where we're vibrating on those like type of emotions. I don't know if that's where you were going.
No, I was just simply stating that, like, for example, I've been through 2 depressions, and because of what I didn't know, and then because I wasn't taking care of my body, I was eating all sorts of junk food and crap that wasn't pushing me. This is why I constantly say the 3 most important things to keep the body well-rounded: meditation, exercise, and eating well are key elements to allowing you to push yourself more. There are times where I have to eat raw, and during those times when I eat raw, I feel a lot better. To me, that's a high. Yeah. It's a good feeling because of how I feel. It even pushes you in ways you may not even imagine. Right. Whether it's vibration, whether it's just your clairvoyance, if you have that, yes, it expands that. if you expand it in that sense, you will get to where you say you desire to go. But the other thing you have to realize too is understand what's around you. When you get to that vibration, when we're talking about the fourth, fifth, infinity dimensions that you get to, if you do not pay attention, they will terrify you. Right. And what you will not realize is you got to remember what you speak, what you think into existence becomes real.
Right.
And you will attract those things, because that was one of the things that happened to me in my own experience. I was attracting things out of fear that things were going to come and get me, in a sense.
And what you resist persists.
Exactly.
And expanding that. So that's where that part of climbing out of those dimensions gets you to the point where when you're mindful of things, that every thought counts. And it's not as hard as it sounds, because every thought, we could think of thought.
It's hard because we don't look to control it. Because
we're thinking about the thought of thoughts, but just don't think. And when I say don't think, it's putting your focal point. Like we were talking on another segment called Focus. Is it called Focus?
It's Focus. We will release that soon.
Okay.
We'll go more into that for you guys.
And just participating on the actual present moment. And that's why it's important when you hear one speaking about just the art of mindfulness and being in that present moment of focusing on the task right at hand, because that way you're right in line at the exact time the universe is shifting into any direction that you need it to. And a lot of times we'll put so many thoughts out there. The universe is like, okay, what? I got you, but we're going to tackle this first here, or we're going to do this here. And then it's just like, I
think if you don't connect to what you say, for example, I use this as a perfect example. If you say, I want to be a millionaire, the universe will give you exactly what you asked for. And what does that mean when I state that? You're not getting exactly what you desire. You are getting the feeling, the wantingness of wanting $1 million.
So if you say, constantly be in the motion of the person
wanting
the $1 million and not actually having
saying,
because
I am a millionaire, because then so it is. It's straightforward to the point. And it's hard for us because we don't think on that level. It's hard for us also because, again, what we were saying, we don't look to control our thoughts. This is why I've had a few videos where I've said, use your first thought, your highest version of how you think things through, instead of immediately, what about this, what about that, everything. And I know it's difficult for some people, but if you focus on controlling your thought process, you will not have that problem. Yeah. But you have to, it's basic. It's not, like she said, it's not hard, it's basic, but it might be frustrating because you're not used to it.
Yeah.
It is uncomfortable in a sense, because it's just like exercising. If you haven't exercised really, and your body isn't like that, and after you decide you do desire to exercise, you're going to feel uncomfortable. You're going to feel uncomfortable with sweating. You're going to feel uncomfortable with pain. You're going to feel uncomfortable with the after effects, the soreness the next day, because you're not used to that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's going to be uncomfortable, but as long as you go forth with it, you'll eventually get used to it.
And that's a good metaphor, just the process of birthing and birthing ideas, birthing energies, birthing, movement with self. It is uncomfortable for a moment, but
that's it. It's a moment,
and the payout and the accomplishment with that is a satisfaction that is just beautifully beneficial. And making sure you just push. And I tell people, you give the universe just a little bit, or whatever aspect of spirituality you're guided by. You always hear that saying, you meet God a little bit, and it will carry you the rest of the way. That's with all principles in life. If you have to participate in the energy of it. You have to participate in the movement and the motion. Like once we manifest out of our mouths and from our hearts, we have to put those energies into motion, and then you'll start seeing the situations and the people and the energies around you shift, and everything that you need to be in existence, it will be. You just speak it forward. And that's the beauty and intention within, manifesting your reality. So if you need more time, ask the universe to give you time warp. If you need things to speed up, ask for the universe to speed it up. And it will be, because you're calling it, it's so. And that's the power of that, of alchemy, is shifting your energy. But we'll speak about that later. That's another great topic of the alchemy that's inside of you. So,
but just so you guys know, you have to realize that everything is a choice.
Yeah.
You have to make choices and choose what you desire to get to where you desire to go. If you don't make the choice to vibrate on that frequency, it won't happen. If you do, you do.
Yeah.
And like she said, going slower or speeding it up, it's up to you.
Yeah.
If you want it that way. But we are going to end it here. You guys just realize you are beautiful, you are amazing, you are divine, you are magnificent. You are the gods, the goddesses, and creators within.